Hey, good morning. It is April 29th, 2018, and this is a new podcast called Camellia City. I'm Danan Whiddon, and I will be doing just very basic audio files for this podcast to make it easier so I can actually do it. I had been doing short videos, and those were very hard to get uploaded, put on iTunes, put on YouTube, put on iTunes, and so this is how Camellia City will start in the mornings. So welcome. I call the podcast Camellia City because that is the name of my current city and hometown, the beautiful, magical, and I am not kidding when I say this town is magic, Greenville, Alabama. If you're not from the area, you might call it Greenville, Alabama. But here, it's Greenville. And I got to tell you that last night was the last performance of our annual Putting on the Ritz. I swear to you, this town is it's like living in a movie. It really is, because the effort and the creativity and the talent of the people who live here that put on that show last night, I was blown away. And there's a little hokiness to it that is precious, and just, it was the theme was the songs of Disney, and they did an amazing job. Let me tell you, Nancy Idlen, who you'll probably hear about more on this show, David Norrell, really work every year. I think it's the 12th year. That was my first year watching it, and it just blew me away. The kids in the cast, amazingly talented. And let me tell you something, we have some women and men, but particularly some women got up and sang some of those songs, and those songs are not easy to sing, I wouldn't think, and I was just blown away. Miss Joni Thomas did the costumes along with a couple other people. It wasn't just her, but man, creative, beautiful, talented people. Sold out 3 nights in a row. Oh yeah, at the historic and wonderful Ritz Theater. There's so many kooky and crazy things about this town that I have absolutely fallen in love with as an adult that I didn't appreciate as a child. And having moved away and coming back has really helped that. I think I have a different perspective on things, and especially on this town, and it just seems like I'm living in a movie set. It is so surreal, and it's a comedy movie set. It's definitely a comedy. So as we go along, you'll hear stories of Camellia City and some of the wonderful people who live here, and how much they just make my day sometimes, and how much I love them. I can't, there's so many stories I can think of that have happened. It's coming up on a year that I have moved back. I moved back on June 1st. A lot of people don't know that, because when I moved back, I sort of sequestered myself and did a lot of work on my Airstream. If you aren't from Greenville or don't live in Greenville, Alabama, the Camellia City, then you may not know that I have a small shop on downtown on Commerce Street inside of an Airstream trailer. And it was just about the craziest thing anybody had ever seen anybody do, especially like, who is that lady? And why is there an Airstream parked across from the bank? And what the hell is she selling over there? And some of the stories I've gotten from just working at my shop called Sweetheart, Alabama, I can't even, some of them I won't be able to tell you. But so this is going to be my way. Instead of making videos, it's a podcast. And I hope that you enjoy it. I'm going to share it on several platforms, and we'll see what happens. And you definitely can, message me through the Facebook. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. We'll see. Okay, so with all that being said, today's little theme here, and I've thought about this last night, was how we need to really be impeccable with our word. And for Southerners, we get in this trap of the way we say things, because Southerners say things because we say things traditional. We say there's nuances to the way we say things that people from the outside wouldn't understand. And one of the things I was thinking about was, I can't seem to. So when we say something like, I just can't seem to lose weight, or I just can't seem to get my yard work done when I need to, or, there's a lot of commiserating going on, and it's actually a trap for us, because we're so used to saying things like that. What we don't realize is by not saying the truth of something, our language becomes a crutch. Okay, so I'm getting let me just simplify. The truth is, there's no can't. There ain't no can't. And so when we start to say something like, I just cannot seem to get to work on time this week, or whatever, the truth of it is, you're not motivated enough to do whatever that is. So what if we did say the truth about something? Like, I am not motivated enough to eat healthy. And that is the truth of it. Because if someone put a gun to your child's head and said, eat vegetables for a week, you would damn well do it. Or if you had to get on to work 5 minutes early every day, and they had a gun to your head or your spouse's head, you'd do it. So it's not that you just can't seem to. It is that you're not motivated enough to. And what if we said that? I'm just not motivated enough to. Well, then there's the truth of something, because being impeccable with your word is also, we're making reality with the words that we say. And I think it's most apparent with the way we talk to children. Every word that you say to a child is a seed inside that child's soul. So when you say something, whether it's true or not, a child will absorb that and think it is true about them. So if you tell a kid he's stupid, there's a seed in there that he's stupid, whether he is or not. And I know that's an extreme version, but that happens to us too. So every time you say you can't do something, that's a lie that you start to believe. Because I'm telling you, if you're motivated, you could do anything. Anything. And so maybe just thinking about the words that we say before they come out of our mouths. Like, I just can't, get to church this Sunday. I just can't do, it is almost, we don't actually think that we're that useless, we Southerners. What we are doing is perpetuating the tradition of our language being lyrical and ways for us to commiserate with each other. We do love that. We love to talk about somebody who's eat up with cancer, or just too skinny because they had that lap dance, or now they're just too skinny. But if we start being really specific and truthful with our language, I think you would see a lot more motivation to do things. So I'm thinking today, what if we think about, the things that we say, the things that come out of our mouths. And the first thing we think is this the truth? Is this the truth? Am I speaking the truth here? Because I'm going to give you a little hint at the end of this, now that we're at the end of this little podcast, and that is, you're never fooling anybody. So, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but you're not fooling anybody. So if you say to somebody, I just can't do whatever, they might go, oh, I know, it's so hard, isn't it, Betty Sue, or whatever. But the truth is, you're not fooling anybody. You're only fooling yourself if you believe that crap. So there ain't no can't. And I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I'm going to test this one. This is a test show, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you know how to get in touch with me, I guess say hello. All right. I love you guys, and have a wonderful day. Bye. Mwah.